Welcome to Chapter 21, Leasing Prices. At this point, you really have to know how valuable you are to the business that you are prospecting. If you have an asset that is generating leads that are really good quality, a business is more than happy to pay a premium for them. Now, the first step, however, is to give them a sample of your product. Then simply state that if they want more, you have to pay. So usually that means giving them about 2 to 3 leads and then asking them how they like the lead and then telling them this is how much you charge to get more leads. So each prospect and digital asset is going to have a different range of pay due to the popularity of the search, where you rank, and all that stuff. I want to make this as easy for you as possible, so I'm going to give you a basic structure on how I set up my deals and how to get paid monthly by local businesses. All right, well, let's get started. All right, so let's talk about leasing prices. Now, like with anything in life, you guys, remember, you got to start small. You got to take baby steps before you can walk, before you can start running, before you can start sprinting. So start small. Learn to walk first. You want to get your confidence built up by having a winning attitude and winning with smaller clients before you get to the bigger clients. You want to learn how to close deals correctly, and you want to learn how to talk to the right client. That's why it's really important to pick a niche and stick with it as much as possible so you get the lingo, the ins and outs, and the feel for the client you're dealing with. So just like in baseball, don't swing for the fences. Hit some singles first, get that batting average up, and then you can start slugging away. Now, for your first project, it's okay if you're only getting $100, $200 per month. That's awesome. Now, imagine if you can duplicate that one project a month. Pretty soon, over a year, that's an extra $1,000 a month in your bank account. So don't be afraid to offer someone $75 to $100 a month if it's one of your first projects. Get your feet off the ground. Get your system down, and then you can start scaling it. Now, when you're doing some research, a lot of courses are going to say, you must get something like 15% of their total sales, or for every phone call they convert, you get paid. To tell you the truth, that stuff gets really complicated, and no business owner is just going to let you into their life and their business and just give you the money you want. You got to really build up that reputation before you start asking for stuff like that. If anything, start off with 2 to 3%, but to just go in and demand 15% of a sale is very bold, and I don't recommend it right off the bat. You need to build a relationship first. Don't try and swing for the home runs. Hit the singles like I talked about. You are small, so you got to start small. You got to build your character. You got to build your confidence and your business. Before you're thinking about 6 figures, think about hitting the 10,000 mark. Hit the 20,000. Don't throw yourself in the deep end until you've got your system down. But you also got to remember, the sky is the limit with this stuff. There's no right or wrong way to price your leasing model. Customize it for each project and you're going to be fine. Like I said, don't be ashamed if you're only getting $100 a month off a project that you can just tuck away and start collecting money on a recurring basis. That's why we're doing this, to collect money and then do as little work as possible. Now also, when you're talking to these prospective clients, remember that you're working with really highly trained professionals that have spent their entire life getting degrees, getting certificates, getting MBAs, whatever it takes for their practice, getting the funding to build their practice, getting all the right employees, all the overhead costs. They put their life into their company for the last 10, 15, 20 years. They have built their businesses usually from the ground up. Now, you are getting into this marketing model with a very unique proposition, but confidence is going to come with experience. They're not just going to give you a part of their sale unless they like you and they believe in you. So show them something in the beginning, give them some free leads, let them get a couple sales off of your asset, and then you can discuss. Don't just go in there like you're going to close the sale. Give them some value in the beginning, and they're going to like you for a really long time. Now, here's a technique I really like. It's called the free month technique. And basically, you're just going to talk to someone and you're just going to say, hey, let me give you free leads for a month. And then all you're going to do is set up a whisper in the leads. So when they answer the phone, they know it's coming from your website. And it can say something like, this call is from Greg Montoya, or something like that. So you just want to prove to them that your asset is really, really valuable. Now, once the month has ended, you can go up to them and say, hey, look, I want to give you this opportunity, and I want to do this before I go down the list of competitors to try and get this thing leased out. Now, the first person to offer me what I want is going to get the package. You want to create scarcity with these guys because they don't want their competitors to have any kind of upper notch on them. So remember that. Now, for ROI, think about ROI for them. Always think about the ROI. Now, imagine if a plumber gets about one lead per month. That could be anywhere from $300 to $1,000 a month. So you really want to sell them on the facts when you're doing your sales pitch. Do your homework, find out the cost of a lead for them, and just work out a deal. This is where you got to get creative. Remember, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just how well you can present that lead to them and how well they can see the value in what you're doing. So with that being said, thanks for watching this chapter, and I'll see you in the next.